Greetings and welcome to Anime Rewrite.
Don't let me in with this bunch of losers. I'm the real deal, but these guys will be lucky to end up as sidekicks to some busted D-lister.
Sir, I really must protect—
Don't you ever forget what you are! You're a weakling!
What if Bakugo joined the League of Villains? Bakugo is the anti-hero, or whatever it is that superfans like to call him, of the anime My Hero Academia. Although not the primary focus of the series, Bakugo's personality is such a foil to the protagonist's attitude that, as the story continues, he shows hints of leaning towards villainy. While, as of this episode, he has managed to, for the most part, stay the course, whether it was disregarding his classmates' quirks while utilizing them, thinking about blowing up the stadium before his match with Shoto Todoroki, or his determination to overcome Deku and All Might, Bakugo definitely seemed the most likely to go astray, should the opportunity ever arise. Now, unlikely as it might be for someone who wanted to be called King Explosion Murder to turn to a life of crime, when he gets captured by the League of Villains in Season 3 of the anime, he gets the chance to do exactly that. Or rather, the offer to. As it turns out, they just wanted to recruit the chap. They knew how he loves to win and hates being held back by others. Their leader, Shigaraki, has his restraints removed and Bakugo attacks him. Well, at least he's staying on brand. You know the rest. Bakugo gets saved, returns to his class, and continues on his journey towards being a #1 hero, if a bit rough around the edges. However, the reasoning Bakugo gave the villains was that he wanted to win as a hero, like All Might. Without the conviction to fight like All Might in order to win and surpass him, Bakugo could have very easily swayed towards joining the League. Although Shigaraki was their leader, the League of Villains seemed to have a loose sense of organization and discipline. This freer environment would have been a good fit for Bakugo's independent spirit and penchant for letting loose. And that's to say nothing of the new tactics that would be available to him as a villain in defeating Deku and All Might. Even during the controlled battles with them, he used some rather unconventional tactics. Now, with Bakugo on the villain's side, the events of that night would have changed significantly. They still would have been warped elsewhere by All for One, but with Bakugo helping the other villains rather than fighting them, everyone could have ganged up on All Might, creating an opening for either All for One or Shigaraki. At the very least, it would have prevented All for One's defeat, and potentially could have resulted in All Might's defeat and demise, although it wouldn't, as you'll see. With Deku and company just barely saving All Might, Bakugo and the League would have free reign. The broadcast of All Might's defeat would have crushed the spirit of the people, likely prompting Endeavor to pursue them as soon as he could. Between All for One, Shigaraki, and Bakugo, among the other villains, he wouldn't have stood a chance. Depending on when Endeavor pursued, All Might may well have joined him, equal parts determined to stop All for One and save Bakugo from himself. Of course, he would still be weakened from the previous battle, and with his quirk fading, it just wouldn't be enough. And with the scale of their powers, lower-level heroes wouldn't be able to help for fear of getting in the way, like in the original fight. They would put up a valiant effort, befitting the #1 and 2 heroes, but eventually the moment would arrive when a villain would find an opening. And Deku would arrive to save them at the last second. Of course, he would be aware his presence would be a liability, and All Might would urge him to escape. But between changing Bakugo's mind and preventing All Might's defeat, he would refuse to back down. At which time All for One would surely goad Bakugo into finishing things with Deku, once and for all. Did you like that? Yes. Bakugo would of course fly off the handle at Deku's intervention. He would step up between Shigaraki and Kurogiri and take them out. It was all an act, a ruse, to ensure the entire league of villains could be taken down all at once. With Kurogiri down and All for One occupied, there would be no escape for the villains. One-on-one, All Might may have struggled, but with Endeavor there, the two pros could defeat him without anyone potentially seeing All Might's weakened form, assuming it had not previously been revealed. I know this could seem like a Deus Ex Machina moment, where things go right because they must, but remember, ultimately, Bakugo's defining characteristic is to do things his way, to win his way, to be a hero his way. They had many of us wondering if Bakugo would turn villain throughout the series, but he's merely his own brand of hero, and in this tale he managed to ensure the defeat of the entire league of villains, including All for One, by fooling them into thinking he was on their side, and attacking them at the right time. Something All Might and Deku could truly never do. So here we are, back safely from the What If Continuum. By all means, tell me what you think in the opinion boxes below. Firmly press those like and subscribe switches to keep appraised of future weekly installments. And thank you for making history with me.